Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another episode of this Piscean Reports. How you guys doing today? Hopefully, I can't even say hopefully. I know you guys are having a beautiful day. So for those of you new to my channel, welcome aboard. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, you guys. Welcome back. Alrighty, so much to say today, so much to say. I am going to start with this first, and then we are going to get into your reading, okay? I told you guys that, we've had some, winds of change come through in our area, tornadoes, disasters, a mess, right? So, I wanted to share with you guys something that I noticed, and Spirit said, tell him today, because I thought about it, I had the epiphany, and then I went on, and he said, no, share that. So, as I was looking out my window, this is like day 2 of the disaster, day 2, day 3, and I'm looking out my window. I want to say it was day 2, but anyway. So I'm looking out my window at all of the craziness, right? And what I noticed, and I know no one could have been noticing this. It takes somebody like me to just be like, to have that, that's that high priestess energy. It's like, even when everything is going on in the earthly realm, in the human realm, nature was experiencing this too, right? And so as I'm sitting there looking at all the craziness, what I'm noticing and what I was absolutely fascinated by were all the birds. These birds are, and I'm watching them, because naturally, obviously, right, the trees a great deal of the trees fell. And so naturally, a lot of these birds lost their homes, right? And so I'm watching. And what I'm noticing through all of the craziness is all these birds flying around, right? And I see a lot of them with little bits of, little bits of things, whatever they, the fine pieces of grass or whatever they're using, some sticks, very thin sticks and things like that in their mouth, right? And they're flying around and they're rebuilding, it's just, and I tripped off of it. I said, wow, everybody is, and obviously, right, we're all caught up in we got to do something. We got to get it together. We got to rebuild. It's time to rebuild. What a mess, And I'm watching nature do the same thing. And nature being so resilient, these birds are just flying around. It's in their instinct. It's in their nature to just rebuild. We don't have time to flip out, freak out. Okay, we lost our house. There's trees that are still standing. We need to rebuild. And I'm watching them do that, flying around, picking up, flying off and going wherever they needed to go to rebuild their nest, And I was really fascinated by that. I said, wow, that's amazing, And I hear Spirit say, that's literally built in us, just like it's built in nature to just pick up and okay, this happened, now let's go. We don't have time to, there's no time for mourning, there's no time for you. Yeah, you can be shocked and you can be devastated, of course. Something terrible just happened. A lot of people lost their lives, right? So there is that, but at the same time, I'm speaking more on that after effect for those who have experienced the devastation, and it's like, okay, now we got to go, we got to make things happen. We can't just sit here. And I'm watching, and I want to, and Spirit said, let people know, that same energy, that same focus, that same drive, that same the same determination that is built in nature is built in us too. So I want to say, for anybody out there, if you are going through it, if you are experience some kind of shock, some kind of loss, some kind of devastation, this spring is that time of the year for a lot of the Americas, or not Americas, but America experiences, a lot of that, the changing temperatures. It's like in fall you have to deal with the what do they call those? I'm saying tsunami. It's not tsunami. That's on the other side of the world. tornadoes. No, hurricanes. So they have to deal, with that in the fall. But in the springtime, it's tornadoes and, crazy storms and the whole nine, right? So this is that time of the year, and the universe just wants to remind you guys that just like those birds have it in them to just pick up and keep going, so do we. All right. And I was just like, that's amazing. I loved it. Thank you. He's like, let him know, it's all good. It's all good. Everything is going to be okay. It is literally built in our DNA to just get knocked down and get back up, get up, And this morning I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about, all of I think about the first ones. I don't like any Rocky film that came after, but the first two. The first one was Clubber Lang when he had to go up against Mr. T, and the second one, this is the one that stayed hardest in my head, was Dolph Lundgren. Here's this big, gorgeous, Russian, and he was whatever. He was a motherfucker. He was, and and he's kicking Rocky's ass all over the damn place. And so I'm like, okay, the collective, those of you, my spiritual kings and queens out there, 90% of us has, and I know everybody, I get that, but those in the spiritual community, I'm speaking to you guys. Most of us are here to encourage others because we know what it's like to get knocked down. We are Rocky. We done had the worst of the worst come at us. There's so many people that I listen to out there, and I hear their stories about they've been knocked down and they've experienced some heavy stuff, but they got back up and they got it together and they went on. And so we are Rocky, right? And our job and the Most High, it's like we got knocked down and we're over in the corner, and the Most High is that old man saying, "Get your ass up and get out there, Rocky, and you can do it." You know what I mean? So I love it. I was like, that's great, Father. You guys are hilarious. We're Rocky. Everybody, whether you are in my neck of the woods or in any of the other states that are experiencing any devastation at this time, Spirit wants you to know, just like those birds, it's in us to get up and get back out there no matter what. Okay. There's always, you just keep going. You're going to get to the other side. Okay. And the reason I tell you this is I did the cards of the day for today, and the word of the day is advancement. It is advancement with a capital A. Okay. I was like, wow, there's so much here. I didn't even know where to start. I really didn't know where to start. So I can give you these two cards here. Let's start there. Okay. One of the cards that you got, and this is from Midnight Oracle. These cards, I've got two decks here from Midnight Oracle. These are just the cutest cards ever. I love them, and I ordered more. I'm so in love. But anyway, so your first card, you've got abundance. Okay, so I feel like this. You guys, there is someone out there. You have been knocked down. You have been through, the worst of the worst. For some of you out there have been through it. Okay, and if you have, this is that time. It's like you got back up. And because you got back up, the universe is now ready to, you're like, I can do this. I'm going to keep going. And you're not going to let anything stop you. And because you did not let anything stop you, because you kept going, because you didn't quit, the universe wants you to know that abundance, this is a very abundant time for you. Okay. The other card you have here is the Justice card. The universe wants you to know this literally is your time. This is your time. If you have gone through it, if you have had everything thrown at you but the kitchen sink, the universe is saying this is your time. Okay, it's time. Justice is here. It is time for you to reap the benefits of all that you have had to endure and go through. Okay. You've got on the bottom of the deck here, you have the Fool card. So, there's new beginnings are afoot here. Complete and utter amazing new beginnings. Okay. Now, when I look at this, the feeling I get for some of you guys is there is about to be an advancement, and this has to do with your career. Okay, this has to do with work. Man, unbelievable. Yeah, moving on. You're moving on from all that you've been through. And you see the darkness here, and he's walking out in the darkness. He's like, you know what? I'm done. I am moving on. The universe wants you to know this is that time for you. You know what? It's like okay. I've been through some things. I have learned the lessons, and now it's time to just walk away. And I see you just walk away. So some of you guys might literally just burn out in the middle of the night. Okay, you're walking out on somebody, and then in the middle of the night, you're just like, you woke up and you just were like, you know what? Enough is enough, and I deserve better. Okay, and you just got up and you got out. But bottom line, it's new beginnings here. And it's really leaning a lot towards financial abundance, and like I said, I feel like it is work related. Okay, I do see some advice here with the Three of Pentacles. The advice from Spirit is that this is a time where you will be working with others. So some of you may be working with others, and this is a time where you will get along. Maybe you've learned some lessons, and some of the lessons, if it pertains to work, okay, it's like, okay, I've been through enough, and the abundance is coming. The universe is saying, just so you know, there's going to be some kind of situation where you are going to have to work with others, and you are going to have to get along. Okay, this is working well with others. I don't even think that it's where you have to. It's just like, you know what, if you've had to learn some lessons as far as your work goes, maybe you had lost a job, right? You lost your job, and so now you're moving on. You've learned the lessons, and you're moving on from that. And so as a result, some new opportunities are going to come your way. You've learned some lessons about getting along with others, okay? And I feel like this. You could, some of you, I see this two ways. Some of you could very well be a water sign person, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. For others of you, it is a situation where the universe is saying, you know what, you see things in a different, from a different perspective now. Okay, with the Justice here. So maybe you lost a job. Okay, before you were not. How do I say that? I'm hearing lone wolf. Maybe at your job you had your own ideas about how things should go. You know what I mean? And so the universe is saying you learned lessons now. And so going forward, now you will be someone who, now that you've learned lessons, that you will now be getting along with others. Okay. This is that Justice. Sometimes things happen. I have seen people, I've known this back in the day when I got my first job. I was somebody who went with the flow. I knew to do that. But I knew a lot of people, because it was their first job, they felt everyone should fall in line with their agenda. And it's like, no, you don't understand. This is this company's job. This is this company's, It's like, here's this company and this is our rules, this is how we do things over here, and because you're new, you're like, no, I want it to go my way, and you need to fall in line with who I am, and you don't know who I am, and da 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 da. And so the universe is like, sometimes people get fired, and they need to get fired because that's that lesson you need to understand going forward. Next time you get a job, it's not about you. And so I can see this for someone is like, okay, you've learned that lesson. Okay, and the universe is like, okay, we feel you've learned the lesson and good for you, and so now here we go, right? Now you've learned to get along with others, more harmoniously. The Queen of Cups is someone who is very kind, very warm-hearted, very very much in touch with their with their feelings, their emotions, their so I'm seeing a lesson here. It's like learning a lesson. Okay, now I know better. I'm not going to go in like the Page of Swords. I'm not going to go in wielding and it's my way or the highway and this and that, and the universe is saying, nope, you've learned a lesson. Now going forward you are going to know to work well, to learn how to get along well with others. And that's beautiful. And because you learned that lesson, look what you got, the Ten of Pentacles. So gorgeous, 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 learning lessons. And as a result, nothing but good is going your way. It's going to come your way. Okay, for others of you, I can also see a situation where the universe is like, you know what, you've been through enough, and so as a result, the universe is ready to reward you in some way. Okay, you had the Ten of Pentacles here, and you got the card of celebration. So for some of you, because you have been through it, okay, the universe did tell me to tell you guys, you've been through, going through things, getting knocked down, getting back up, okay? It's time to reward you for that, all right? You didn't just go down and stay down. You got back up, and as a result, good is coming your way. All right, you trusted, you had faith. There have probably been times where you got knocked down and said, you know what, I want to stay down. I'm fighting, this big Russian, and I'm getting my ass handed to me, and I don't want to do this anymore. And the universe is like, no, get up, keep going. A reward is on the other side. Victory is just on the other side. Victory is literally one knockout, one good punch. And I feel like you've done that, and the universe is ready to reward you. You have celebration. It says you will get news in terms of work or wealth. So depending on who you are, you may have, if it's career-wise, you've learned some important lessons, and now you're about to be rewarded, okay, with a new job. For others of you, you may have been through the struggle. You've been through the grind. You put in the work, and now the universe is saying it's time for celebrations, so expect wealth to come your way. All right, it says the angels have your back. Look at that. The angels have your back. This is a time of celebration, abundance, advancement, new beginnings, right? Beautiful new beginnings. All right, some of you may very well be when you see advancement, with the Fool, obviously this young man has a sack on his shoulders, right? So he could be going somewhere. And on the bottom of the deck of these cards here, you had movement, travel for work, or getting a new job is possible at this time, and getting ahead. So advancement to the Ten of Pentacles. You have the card of movement, positive forward movement, learning lessons, moving forward. You've got celebrations, right? You also, like I want to show you guys this as well. Look, you have work together. Very beautiful, right? Very beautiful. A successful partnership or collaboration is highlighted. And you've got the Three of Pentacles here. So I see you advancement, career advancement is definitely on the rise for you guys. Okay, working with others. It's going to be the kind of job where you work with others, but you'll be doing it in a very harmonious way. You know, with the Queen of Swords here, you know, harmonious, you know, I'm okay, you know, let's go, let's do this, you know, I've learned lessons, you know, if you are that person who was like, no, it's my way or the highway, and the universe is like, nope, it's not going to go like that, and you're like, okay, I've learned a lesson, and the universe is like, good, all right. Now, advancement, you've got, you know, you're going to be celebrating, you've got advancement here, forward movement, the Fool, packing up and burning out, you know, burning out like a thief in the night. Look at that. You are out of there. You are so out of there. Okay. So for some of you, there is that card of movement. Some of you, forward movement is possible. Leaving one job for something better. You're over whatever you were doing before. So I feel like the universe will present you with a much more rewarding opportunity, because now you recognize you've had to learn lessons. I feel like the universe always had this plan for you, but the mentality that you may have at the time may not have suited you for where you were going. So the universe is like, okay, no, you've got to change that, you know, and you're going to be working with others. We need you to work in a harmonious way, working together, pooling your resources. So yeah, definitely learning lessons and working with others is going to bring you the advancement that you're looking for. Okay, for some of you, it may not be that you are moving, but rather just advancing in the company. Okay, we like you. There's something about you. We think that you could benefit us in this new position. Okay, we've been watching you. You know, somebody sees you and they want to pull you to the side and say, "Listen, we think that you could do good in this position." And so there is the advancement in that way. You do have the card of information. And I love this. And this is for those of you who are working. This is like advice from spirit. Working with, you don't have to do social media. You don't have to, but whatever you do, okay, I feel like this is just that general overall advice from spirit. Okay, you got the card of information, and it says, say what's on your mind. All right, it says to write or express yourself in words opens new doors. Okay, so some of you have something to say. If you have a social media account, the universe is saying that there's something that you have to say that is of importance. You know, there's something that you need to say that the world needs to hear. All right, and they want you to know that. Say what's on your mind. Don't hold back. Okay, maybe you're, afraid that, people it's not going to be well received. What you have to say isn't going to be well received, but the universe is like, nope, we need you to say that ish. Okay, there's something that you need to say. All right, so if you've got social media platform, say what needs to be said. Say what's on your mind. People are out there. There'll be some, you've got people who either need to hear what you have to say or are willing to hear what you have to say. All right, and I love these two cards here. Let me see which one. Yeah, these two here. You have the card of simple living. Okay, enjoy your life. It says no worries. Everything that you need will be provided. Look at this. Simple living. The universe is saying don't worry. I told you, this is a time, the worst of the worst is over. You have the Justice card here. The worst of the worst is over. Okay, so those of you who may have been through, if you've been through it over this way, the universe wants you to know, okay, you're good. The worst of the worst is over, okay? Just relax. It's time to rebuild and keep going. If you're in the other states, if you're, experiencing that, if you've been knocked down emotionally, if you've been knocked down financially, if you've been knocked down spiritually, the universe wants you to know the worst of the worst is over. Okay, if you've been grinding and the universe is like, that's okay. The worst of the worst is over. Right now, it is time for you to enjoy your life. They want you to do that. Look at that. It says, no worries. Everything that you need is going to be provided for you. Someone out there is so in sync right now. You are so in sync. You are in alignment with all that is right now. Okay? No worries. No worries. Enjoy your life right now. And then you have the card of playing. Allow your inner child to come out and create. So this is what I love. It's like this. You've got something to say, all right? And the universe wants you to say it. Say what's on your mind, okay? And they want you. It's okay to, and I love seeing that because, my inner child is like, woohoo! So I want to encourage you guys as well. It says, allow your inner child to come out and create. So you guys have something that maybe you wanted to do a long time ago, something you've always wanted to do, all right? And you were afraid to do it, you're worried that people are going to say, oh, that's just silly, that's so childish, that's ridiculous, and why are you saying that? Why are you doing that? Because the universe said it needs to be said. It needs to be said. So it is time. Let your inner child out. It's okay. We're one of, and I say this all the time, we are so serious. Everybody has to be and I feel sorry for a lot of the generation coming up because, the thing is to be hard. You got to be hard. You got to be serious. You got to be, nothing's funny and this and that. And the universe is like, this is a time to just relax. It's okay to relax. It's okay to be silly. It's okay to let your inner child come out and play. All right. And there's something that you need to say and it needs to be said. Okay. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Let it come out. Let it come. Let it come. Let it come. I love that. You have, and I love it. I love it. The card of generosity. The more you give, the more you're fulfilled. You've got something to say that needs to be said, and the universe wants you to say it. Okay? I feel like whatever whatever it is that you have to say, whatever it is that you give is going to benefit the world in some way. And, don't be caught up in I feel like they're saying, don't be caught up in the seriousness of it. It's okay to be light. It's okay, to just relax and do you, whatever. It's all good, right? So there's that advice, okay? The more you give, the more you're fulfilled. The more those in the spiritual community, the more you guys share your gifts, the more fulfilled you're going to feel. Okay, so if you are holding back, the universe says, listen, if you're holding back, you need to not hold back anymore. Let go, give. I'm just so in love with this message. I love it. There are two things here. I do see this for advice. Okay, you've got protect, guard your precious energy, and release the drama. Okay. Release, the universe says it's time to let go of any drama. Okay, if there's drama at your job, the universe says let go of the drama. Okay, now's the time to work with others, work harmoniously with others. It's okay to give. It's okay to, just to give of yourself. It's okay to I feel like maybe you may be holding back in some way. Maybe you're reserved I guess is a good word. You may be reserved, and the universe says, no, 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 no. It's okay. This is a time to relax. Slip into that Queen of Cup energy. Be warm, be kind, be open. It's okay. This is a time of harmony, working in balance, in tandem with others. And you doing that is what's going to bring you the money. This is going to bring you the abundance that you're needing. You had the Ten of Pentacles. You had the card of abundance here. This is a time of celebration, okay? Look at that. I love that. Getting some good news, but I love that the bottom of the message says the angels have your back, and you've got two cards that confirm that. You have the card here of covenant. The universe has your back, and you are protected. Don't hold back. If you've got something you need to say, say it. Okay, the universe has got your back. All right, the angels have your back. You got it. It's like green light city. Green light, green light, green light. Forward movement. You had the Fool card. Forward movement. I love that. Oh, I love that too. This is what was under it. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so you've got bright ideas. Go where your input is most valued and rewarded. Okay, so some of you actually may be getting up out of there. Whatever you're working in, you may be leaving that and going working somewhere else, somewhere where your talents, your gifts will be more appreciated. You've got ideas, right? You had the card of ascending after that. So it's so beautiful. This is so beautiful. It's nothing but good here. Nothing but good. Relax, be yourself, let your inner child out to play. It's okay. You've got beautiful ideas inside you that are dying to come out. Release it. You know that you're protected. I mean, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's not a negative card. There's not a negative message here. Okay, from tarot to the oracles, it's all good. The overall energy is that of forward movement, working harmoniously with others is what's going to bring you that abundance. This is a time of celebration, okay? If you've gone through it, the universe says it's time for you to be rewarded. You've been through enough, you know? So some of you can actually expect to hear a little good news. Have a little good news come your way. If you've put in for a position, you get the position. You know, it's all good. And I do feel all of this is definitely leaning towards career. Absolutely career. Career. Working harmoniously with others. You had work together. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I love, the partnership, a successful partnership may be on the arise for some of you guys. Okay, so yeah, it's win-win right now. Win-win, advancement, justice, you Ten of Pentacles, celebrations, working together in a harmonious fashion, releasing your inner child. Relax, it's okay. The worst is over. The universe said just go. Just go, get up, okay? If you got knocked down, you got back up, and the universe is like, because you got up, you probably landed a blow, and you knocked out the Russian, and now this is your time for abundance and good fortune and all of that loveliness, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here because I dare not touch anything and have it ruin it, okay? I hope you guys liked the message. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because nothing would make me happier than let you guys know. This is a beautiful time right now. Enjoy your life. The universe says it is time to enjoy your life. Enjoy. The worst of the worst is over. Okay. There is something I want to say in regards to, do I say it on this one or do I do it on another one? I'll do do it on the other one because it's 33 minutes, 33 and a half minutes. So I will just say it's just a quick little shout out to some people who absolutely deserve to be shouted out. Oh my goodness. I love them. I love them. I love them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to say it in the next video. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go, you guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time on the next video. You guys take care. Bye-bye.